That's right, Brandon. So Kenner has been hit pretty hard from the storm in Williams Boulevard, and a lot of the major intersections in the area have been hit pretty hard, and a lot of them have been left underwater after all that heavy downpour. I'm here at the intersection of Airline and Williams with Chief Keith Connolly. Thank you for joining me today. First of all, talk to me about some of the priorities that was laid out by the governor. I know you were trying to get people on their flights on time.
Yeah, we actually got a call from the governor's office that we're concerned about the traveling public. They had gotten some information that the travelers could not get to the airport, and that was correct. The airport access road, for the first time that I've ever seen, was underwater. Of course, they're doing a lot of work on that north-south runway and a passenger roadway, which probably affected the drainage capacity. So we worked hard to make sure once the water subsided, we were able to move stalled vehicles out of the way. And, I'm happy to report that now you can go unabated to the airport and catch your flight. I would still recommend you take everything into consideration and leave early. It wouldn't hurt to get to the airport a little early and make sure you make those flights. But, Kenner got hit, again, pretty hard. We caught that northern western band, and we saw over 6 inches within about 2 hours, which is a challenge to any pump station or pumping system, drainage system. But I do believe, as we spoke, that the drainage, we had a better reaction this time because we were all on the same page with the pumping station on the airport property. It was plugged into the Jefferson Parish SCADA system and it was monitored. This reminded me a lot of Francine, except we didn't have as much structural water intrusion because we didn't have the waters coming up from the canal banks going into the back of houses. We had limited residential flooding. A lot of vehicles, I would predict 50 to 70 vehicles stalled out in major intersections. We did get those cleared out. We've had about 2 hours now with no rain, so the pumps have had a chance to catch up. And we have seen water receding just in our challenge spots back here in Rivertown. That's always a challenge because of the train tracks create a dam. I know the mayor's got a project going now to improve that drainage as well. So, we're back up and running in the city of Kenner, but we did have a lot of cause for alarm earlier.
Any medical emergencies or arrests made during or after the storm?
Yeah, so we did. The Kenner Fire Department did have to meet an ambulance that got overwhelmed with water. Took a critical care patient out of the back of the ambulance in their high water vehicle, and credit to the Kenner Fire Department, they did get that patient to the hospital and a life was saved.
Any arrests? Because I know you said that if people were aimlessly driving through neighborhoods and pushing water into homes, your department will be making arrests. Did that happen?
Yeah, we didn't have to make any arrests. I think people heed our warning, but we did take our manpower from the intersections, Williams Veterans, West Escalator Veterans, those that were underwater, and concentrated more in the residential neighborhoods to protect those residences and those homes to stop, you just get sightseers that come through. And you have other concerns with people walking the streets. If you have flooded streets, the manhole covers do lift up and get displaced and people can go right underground and we'd never know. So we redirected our manpower from intersections into our residential neighborhoods to protect the residences and the businesses to make sure we didn't have that water intrusion that we had during Francine.
And so the homes really fared a lot better than Francine, according to you. So you're crediting the drainage system and the pumping system working better compared to Hurricane Francine.
Yeah, I think due to the actions of Jefferson Parish and the city of Kenner, the mayor and his administration, really ringing the alarm on the airport and all the infrastructure work that was done there, I think they discovered that the pumping station on airport property was not active during Francine, but all indications are it was active in this event, and I think that did help.
Chief, as always, thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, we're going to send it back to you guys. Reporting, I'm Winston Reed, WWL, Louisiana.